Well, howdy, fellers. Elder Ufgood here. Welcome back to a Neanderthal to the Skies, episode 17. What you talking about, episode 17? That's right. Episode 16 kind of got messed up. And when I mean messed up, I mean like, poof. He's gone. As it turns out, I did have a bit of an encoding issue. I tried a new encoder for stream and recording, and the recording sessions did not like the encoder that I chose. So, needless to say, you kind of don't have a proper ding, because Chapter 3 kind of got done. Now, I know you're sitting here going, how did Chapter 3 get done? You were only gone for blah, blah, blah. It was only an episode, blah, blah, blah. Look, I did a lot. So as we know, we were supposed to come back and we were supposed to do unobtainium, right? That was the proper ding. We did the bees, which I will show you the bees. I am going to start working on doing the infinity cells. Since I didn't get to do a proper ding as far as the episode is concerned, I figured I at least go ahead and do this so we can complete the chapter in its entirety, right? That only seems fair. Now, to the keen eye, you'll notice that I am not in my... Hold on. What in the world? You were on fire and now you're not on fire. And now you're on fire again. But enough about the fires. Let's go back to the keen eyes. You'll notice I'm not in my, my Arcanist robes. And that's because I'm now wearing an Obtainium gear. But you really didn't think I would leave this out, right? And not give you a taste of what this looks like? Look how good this looks. It looks so good. But yes, the other thing you'll notice is right there. Right by my eye, you'll see I already have the Wither's Compass. And that's because last episode we did complete air quotes, please. We did complete Chapter 3 by getting Unobtainium and the Unobtainium B, which, let me show you that real quick. Oh, there it is. Unobtainium. And then you're going to notice I also have cobblestone over here. That's because I've got something in the works, but I had to get the quarry bee working for that. And then I've also got Certus quartz. I got the spatial bee. Those are the bees you missed in between. So it's only 3, not too terribly bad. However, one thing is for certain, every single one of these that has bees in it, including that one, and now that one, I do apologize. You did miss one. That one. They all have omegas in it. Every single one. So from this point on, every single bee that goes into the hive will now have a full set of omegas. Except for right now. I'm very, very low on honey. I need to let that thing do its job and build honey back up. Because I'm very, very low, and I don't even have enough honey essence to help me get another batch of omegas going. So hopefully, no bees this episode. Who am I kidding? There's usually a bee, but I don't think there's a bee this episode. And the reason for possibly being no bee is because I already took care of the bee that I needed for getting the last item of the pulsating black hole, and that is the 7x cobblestone. That is literally the last thing that I'm missing. If I come over here, pulsating black hole, that is literally the last thing that I'm missing. And if we take a look at the craft, it still has 2 hours to go. And this is just upcrafting. This isn't cobblestone generation. This is just upcrafting of like 4.7 million cobblestone. It's really not that much, but I think I did something wrong with my crafting. But let's face it, it was probably just an elder blunder. And now you're probably thinking to yourself, no, there's no such thing as an elder blunder. Tell me, why would I need 2 of those? Honestly, I don't remember why I made 2 either. But it looks good. But yeah, in between episode 16 and this episode, the in-between work, I went ahead and got a quantum computer core, and technically 2. So the crown has gotten a transformation, but it was very much needed as I could not complete this craft. I had to do a craft for 4x and then I would have to do like 9 of those and so on and so forth. So yeah, it was just easier for me to change out the computer and bingo bango, Bob's your uncle. Alrighty, so I'm gonna catch you up real quick, and we're now working on the star, which is gonna be the ultimate crafter. So eventually we're gonna have to get into ultimate crafting. That was pointed out to me that that can be automated. I just don't know what I was doing because I don't know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. But needless to say, I will go ahead and fix that area, but maybe not now, maybe not ever. It all just depends on how I feel like doing it. But let's be honest, if I go for the star or more than one star, I'm gonna want it automated, right? So I probably will. Now, if we go back and take a look at the star, you'll see that we already did the Wither's Compass, and I can show you. I I really dislike that I lost the footage for this, and I'm so sorry. Because that was the first piece. That was a hard decision on which one I wanted to go for. Obviously now we're going for the pulsating black hole. It is one of the easier ones. And then I have the Nexium emitter up there. I think that's what I wanted to do. But also looking at the Oblivion shard, a paradox machine. That's not hard. Nope, wrong one. I mean, I can do all that with the reaction chamber. Matter of fact, I think I can already make these. So what? The hardest thing is going to be getting into the Manhattan module? Okay. Well, I think instead of the Nexium emitter, I'm going to go for the Oblivion shard because that's Oritech, and that shouldn't be too hard to get to. But what we can do is go ahead and kick off the craft for this. I did teach this in between. I should have enough matter balls. So now let's just go ahead and 256. Remind me, the quest, you only need 1 and you'll give me 2 more. Okay, cool. We'll kick off that craft, and that craft is going to take 20 minutes or so. Yeah, it's a pretty big craft. Speaking of which, this has gotten an upgrade down here. Long gone is my tower of inscribers. I am now using a circuit slicer, which is 10 times faster. I also use the crystal assembler and the reaction chamber, which those were already in place, but when I tell you it's much faster and more efficient, it's much faster and more efficient. And then, of course, the other thing that you're seeing here is, well, one's for singularities, one's for matter balls. Yeah, it just made it easier for me to have 2. All right, so basically, my main thing is I'm going to be focusing solely on getting to the Manhattan module. I will dabble into add-ons just to make some of these a little bit easier, a little faster. That, and I'm also going to need a fluid add-on regardless. As far as energy goes, I'm not going to be touching energy, and I probably will not be touching logistics. Unless we're going for 100% completion, which right now I'm kind of not, and I'm leaning towards just getting what I need for the store. All right, and so we already have nickel, so that makes that easy, right? So I'm going to tell you an important machine for your future endeavors. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 of these. And I wonder... Oh, yeah. You want a processing unit already? Alright. So before we go any further into the actual machines, though, we are going to need machine cores, which are the basics of Oritech. Right-click on machines with the machine cores to build them. It's actually really cool. I love this mod for this very reason. So... But that's the basic, right? And then you have the improved, advanced, elite, and ultra. Then we'll need a pulverizer, which I can use these reinforced platings or just a block of copper? What's a reinforced plating? Oh, that's actually cheaper. All right, so in order for eventually getting to the Manhattan module, gonna need lots of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start programming in all of this, and I'll bring you right back as soon as I'm ready to start planting. Would you be quiet? Look, me and him, we're not on good terms. Yeah. You see, he's gotten a little damage. That's because he took a swing at me and one of the bees went after him. I don't know why he swung, but he's learned his lesson, I think. All right, after a little bit of time, I got me a couple of new bees. What did I get? Well, I got a neon cuckoo. That one's pretty cool. I got another one just in case, and I got myself a blue banded, which I don't think I have a blue banded yet. Yep, I do. But I didn't have a neon cuckoo. And the whole reason for this was I already needed a bee. That's the mineral bee. Neon cuckoo bee in a crystalline bee. That's an iridium bee. Oh! I did it again. The FBI. No! It happened again! First of all, we didn't see him show up, okay? Nobody saw him. Second of all, why are you spreading? Sir, please stop spreading fire. I'm gonna go I have to go turn that off. I have to go turn that off. Well, leave it up to Elder to have another Elder blunder. And I had just had another recording issue. I just explained all this. I had computer problems, and now I had audio problems. It's fine. It's fine. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna do a quick recap. Because I just got back into recording the episode. As you know, I had issues this week with thermal throttling. I had a thermal buildup in my case, and it was causing issues. I've since resolved that, and I just came in here and explained it, and I forgot to turn my mic on. I literally just sat here and talked to nobody. Nobody. However, I did do some Oritech stuff. Now, I didn't do it all. I just realized that my mic wasn't on right before I went to this. So I'll explain what I have set up. This isn't all of it. And to be honest with you, I still don't remember why I need mineral. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But the way I have this set up right now is we're going to have a pulverizer. The pulverizer is going to be taking care of coal dust and indirect compound for me right now. And then we have one centrifuge for dry. We're going to be getting carbon fiber strands. One will be for wet. When we get into wet, it'll be making my raw polymer and my plastic. In the assembler, I don't have anything yet. I do have the patterns for them, but I'm not ready for them. But I guess I can go ahead and throw them in there, yeah? And then in the foundry, I have the duratium, or duratium. I'm not sure how it's spelled. How it's spelled? How it's pronounced. My goodness. I saw how it's spelled, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't tell you anyway. Alright, so the way Oritech works is each one of these is allowed add-ons. And it could be for speed, it could be for fluid, it could be for efficiency, it could be for adding on extensions to add even more add-ons. It's crazy. I don't know exactly how far I'm going to get into that. The main thing we're going for is the Manhattan module, and that's needed for the Oblivion Shard. On the plus side, though, what we can do is get ready to make the pulsating black hole. And that's because while I was setting this up, the final cobblestone has crafted. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Piggy, you will get your I don't know what we're going to call it, headband of glory. But right now, we're worried about Oritech. Alright, so let me hook this up. That's one thing I haven't done yet. Anything good? Nope. That was in the mob spawn. Alright, so now... There we go. Perfect. Everybody's got power. Excellent. So then we'll just start knocking off the quest line. Alright, and we're just going to go ahead and... I've got to get to this fluid add-on so I can add on water to one of my centrifuges so I can get into the polymer and the plastics and all that stuff. So I guess the first thing I really need to do is get into carbon fiber so I can start going this path and getting into the fragment forge. This is going to be great. We're going to watch this all come to life right now. I'm really hoping this works. I'm not sure. Oh, it worked! Now, are you going to work? Okay, you're done, but why didn't you get the... Why didn't you get the stuff? Oh, because I made the wrong one. Okay, now I think I can do it. I think I got it all set up. If I did it right... Well, now I gotta put the pattern back in. Hopefully, it won't get confused now. And go! Yes! Ah, that looks awesome. Wait, was that it? That was it. There it goes, there it goes. Yes! I love this mod so much. Alright, I need a fluid add-on for sure, which means I'm gonna go ahead and get a sink for this ready. Can't remember if I have to pipe it in, but I think I do, so I'll put the sink down on the ground. Really? And now that I see that, I don't like that placement. Alright, get some fluid pipes. And we'll make a pattern for the fluid add-on. I don't know if I'm going to need more or not. Probably not. Ooh! This is fantastic. I love this so much. Let's get a fluid pipe down now. I think I could just... Oh, you know what? Hold on. I remember how I set this up before. Just like that. And if I come over here, I should be able to right-click this. That will pull out, and now this has water? No, it doesn't have water, and it's not going to have water until I put this in. I forgot about that. There we go. Now we have water. Fantastic. All right, with that, we can now look into getting the fragment forge. But to get the flux gate. I need the assembler to get fluxite. I already did the reaction chamber, so I might be able to do the fragment forge now. Yes, I can! Because I had forgotten about it needed plastic. Fantastic! And now we're making plastic. Ha! Well, leave it to Elder to forget that he prepared himself to be able to do this stuff, only to surprise himself that he remembered that he did this before. Good job, Elder. Good job. All right, that's excellent. Look at that. Now we're making the. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? I was gonna say we didn't even get to see the plastic. It just straight up gone. And there it is, Fragment Forge. And this one is a bigger one. But I think I'd feel okay with it right there. Hey! What the? Dude! Now, I don't think I have enough for this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't. So... I love that. I love how simple this is. And how amazing those are. And then we just pop one of these bad boys down. Once I pop the grass out, so I don't have to worry about figuring out where I placed it. And now we just tie it into the AE system. Do I want to... I'll run it off of there. Why not? Alright, let's get it some power. Excellent. Now, in the Fragment Forge, that's when I needed... this. Now we gotta start working on gems, right? Okay, I decided I'm gonna go get into nickel clumps, which is fragmenting raw nickel. No, that's not gonna work, is it? I don't think I have raw nickel. But I've got plenty of raw iron, so let's actually do that instead. And before I forget, let's put some item pipes. Think that's all you needed? I mean, let's just try one for the time being, right? Oh, fantastic. It's working. I know I need duratium. Oh, this is great. Did you... You did. Okay. Now, I'd like to know what are the uses for this? I forget. Alright, I can go fluid separation to get the gems, or I can go regular and get platinum tiny dust. Let's just do it this way. I'll get 2. 2 to 1 for water. Sweet. One iron gem, please. I'd like to see this. Uh-oh. Oh, it's got nowhere to place the water. Don't place the water in there. Now let's get an iron gem. Yes. Perfect. Everything's working according to plan. Ooh, that gave me a speed add-on, which we're gonna need. Um, I'm not worried about doing this. I don't need to do more. But I need to get... I made the foundry. Oh, I see. I didn't make this. Just give me 10. Alright, with that, I just need Inderic Compound, and then we'll start working on this side of things to get into the Atomic Forge. Alright, well, I'm gonna upgrade the cores, and I was programming everything in, and we found our first thing. And that thing is, I'm going to need the Atomic Forge. Eventually. Eventually. So I am progressing towards that. But when it comes to the cores, I got stopped because I don't have the Atomic Forge. Alright, I've got them all ready to go, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a while before I even get to Ultimate, if I get to Ultimate at all. Alright, inside the alloying, I can get this one. It's also assembly. Sweet. And Promethium. It'll be a while before I even get into those. I'm going to keep saying that. Because it's going to take me a while. See, right there, that's engraving. That's the Atomic Forge, which I'm getting close, but I'm not there yet. But what led to that is I want to go ahead and start removing the basic cores, and I think I can go at least Ultra. But if I'm going to do this, let's do this right. So let's see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 15. Let's do it. Let's see if I can do it. All right, while we're waiting for that, why don't I make a couple more patterns for the add-ons. We'll program that. It's great when you know how to make everything, so now you just come over here and you're just like, yeah, let me program this in since you know how to make everything, and I don't have to worry about it. You don't know how to make that. Or the super AI chip, that's engraving. But that one's fluid separation with strange matter, and I'm not getting into strange matter just yet. If at all. I don't know yet. So we won't worry about this one. Because I can't make this or this without the atomic forge. So we'll wait on that one. What about this one? Yes, we can make this one. And this one. So if I was to get... How many machines do I have? I have one, but I need... I need one of you, for sure. You go right there. I kind of like the idea of speed on this side. And that's 1, 2... Oh, there's lots of ports. I have a great idea. I'm going to do a machine extender on all of them. So 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is why I want to make the add-ons real quick. Oh, no! Well, I'll give everybody on this... You can have one. You can have one. Yeah. You're gonna complain because I don't have the right cores. Don't need one there. And I don't need one there. I can throw one. I can throw one there, but you're gonna be unhappy. You get one, and you can get one, but then you're gonna be unhappy. speed that up and try and get... Ooh, we're gonna be sitting here for a while. I made so many. Alright, that's finally done. I can finally swap out this last core for an Ultra. And I at least got the speed add-ons. Cancel? There it goes. We'll throw speed on you. One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, that'll work. I think this is gonna work out perfectly. I'm quite happy with how this is working. But well, maybe not 10 of those. Oh my goodness. Make sure when you break these, you've gotta place these back, or your crafts don't go back in. Everybody happy now? Yeah. Good grief. Alright. Pretty much I'm gonna fill everything in now. Alright. With all of that done, it's now time to get into the indirect laser and the target and all of that stuff. I do apologize in advance. I know this is already becoming a very long episode. Actually, because it is such a long episode, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Uh, it's quite an unorthodox. But before we end it, you guys didn't get to experience the Wither Compass. Let me at least get you a pulsating black hole. That was such a long craft. The craft for the cobblestone alone took 4 hours. 4 hours. Alright, so there it is. There it is, the second ATM star piece. And again, we're continuing to work towards this Oblivion shard. We can now take this off. The main thing that's the hardest is the Manhattan. This is easy because I already have all of JDT things. I guess if we really wanted to make this. If we really wanted to make it, it's not that hard, right? Look at that. 2 paradox machines. So we are now really good for the Oblivion shard. There we go. We are literally just needing the Manhattan module, which is what we're working on. And I will keep going in that route. Again, I'm going to find out what I needed the mineral for. I know I needed it for the bee. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I don't remember what I was going mineral for. I know I needed it for something, and I know I'm going for the bee. I honestly don't remember. I needed a mechanical squeezer, but again, I don't remember what all of this was for. But it was just a very weird week. Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. It's kind of a weird episode, but I've had a really rough week. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to finish Oritech this episode because it's already so long, but it's fine. It's fine. We've got our second ATM star piece. We're moving along just fine. Before you know it, we're gonna have that ATM star. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Remember, I love you, Jesus loves you, take it easy, and God bless.